Hello, friends. Jackie Edwards here again. Today I've been doing my normal kind of like morning journaling, thinking, and one of the things that came up to me for me today, and I've seen it come up a lot in myself and in almost everyone around me, and it's the thought that what if I'm a fake? Like, am I a fake? Like, what if I'm not really awesome and fabulous and successful? Like, am I just pretending that I'm awesome? Like, do I really think that I'm fabulous? Or am I just pretending that I'm fabulous and that I'm successful? And it's just kind of like this spinning thing in my head, like, am I a fake? Like, do I really love myself? Am I really happy with who I am and how I look? Or am I just pretending? Like, is this just some phase I'm going through that, yes, I tell people I'm awesome, I say I'm awesome, I think I'm fabulous, but do I really think I'm fabulous? Or am I really just a fucking loser that's never going to succeed? And, like, those thoughts just fucking spiral. Now, I'm sure you've had some of those kind of imposter syndrome thoughts before. And so I'm going to tell you kind of like what I just did to kind of pull myself out of that. Because, honestly, it's going to happen. I think it happens to everybody. I know it's happened to me multiple times. But I'm getting better at, like, stopping that spiral so that I'm just not constantly in the I'm not good enough mode. So, of course, I always dip in, dip out. That's how a human brain works. It always wants to, like, basically keep you safe. So my brain wants to keep me safe. So I'm like, of course, brain, you want to keep me safe. You don't want me to do, like, strange, crazy new things. You don't want me to, like, stand out. You don't want me to think I'm super awesome and successful, because then what if I fail? What if I'm not really? And then you have that disappointment. And I think, especially for women, like, disappointment is one of those, like, the biggest feelings. It's one of, like, the first real, I guess, disappointment that we feel in our life. It's that first kind of letdown. Or at least that's what I've kind of learned from one of my fabulous mentors. But that's one of the things she talks about that really connected with me and resonated, is that, for women, disappointment is a really, really strong emotion. So, of course, my brain is trying to keep me from being disappointed in myself. So if I don't tell myself I'm fabulous and wonderful and awesome, then I don't have to worry about being disappointed when I mess up and when I do something that isn't fabulous and wonderful and awesome. So, of course, that's all going through our heads, no matter what it is you're talking about, or thinking about yourself, or feeling like in your job. Like, I used to be an accountant. I was a pretty good accountant. But I always told myself I was a shit accountant. And I always tell myself I'm not good with numbers. And, like, it's just my brain trying to keep me safe. So what I do to kind of, like, pull myself out a little bit more quickly and to just stop and kind of, again, wiggle those thoughts. And because when we can, there's always going to be those thoughts that come up, and they feel so visceral sometimes. It's like we don't even know that there's a thought that's driving, like, this horrible feeling of, like, self-doubt and worthlessness and worry and anxiety, like, because it all happens so fast, and it's just on this pattern and it's on this loop, and it happens so often. Like, we just think, I'm anxious, I'm overwhelmed, I'm worried, I'm depressed, I'm disappointed in myself. And of course, there are real mental disorders and, like, crazy brain chemicals and stuff. So this isn't going to fix, like, proper mental issues. But then you need a diagnosis from a therapist and or psychologist or whoever does those things. I even have some of those things, and I don't know what the hell they're called. But anyways, some of us, we need medication to sort that shit out. But the stuff that we don't need medication for is totally fixable if we can learn to slow down our brains. And even alongside of, like, depression and mental health issues, we can work on our brains to just slow everything down and start to identify the thoughts that are causing those feelings. Because all the feelings we feel are from a thought that we have. And most of the time we just miss that thought because it's so common and so regular. So I'm constantly telling myself I'm not good enough. Then my brain's not even going to recognize that I'm thinking that. It's just going to immediately feel that, like, worthlessness, that worry, that overwhelm and anxiety. So it's kind of slowing it down and being like, oh, I feel that feeling again. And for me, one of them is overwhelm. So I feel that overwhelm, like, and I notice when I'm feeling it now. And most of the time I have to kind of look back to see where I felt it. And I look back and I say, oh, I was overwhelmed then. That's what I was feeling then. I was overwhelmed then. Now I can be like, oh, wait, I'm in that state right now. I'm in that state of overwhelm or worry because, I'm sitting here watching TV and eating mindlessly, or I'm sitting here just scrolling Facebook forever. Oh, when I do that, usually it's because I'm feeling anxious. Why am I feeling anxious? Why am I feeling worried? And then you can find those thoughts. So it's slowly working your way back. But today, so again, I'm feeling like a fake. I'm feeling like, yeah, I just say I'm awesome, but am I really awesome? No, I don't think I'm awesome. I'm actually a loser. What if I'm never successful? What if blah, 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 blah. And so then, when we're asking ourselves all of those questions, a really great tip is to answer that question. So when you're spinning out and you're like, what if, blah, 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 answer the question, what if? So what if I am really a fake and I'm not fabulous and I'm not awesome? What if? And for me, it was like, oh, what if? And again, it just adds that wiggle room. It's like, well, I guess, what if? So what if I'm not awesome and I'm saying I'm awesome? Well, then I guess people could find out. They'll think I'm a fake. I'll be living a lie. Like, okay, those are interesting thoughts. And then but then why is that a problem? So why is it a problem if people find out that I'm a fake? Or if I'm living a lie? Why is that a problem? And I almost couldn't figure anything out for why, to like articulate why it's a problem. Because then if I go deeper and I think, well, am I really a loser and a fake and I'm not awesome and I'm not fabulous? I'm like, well, I mean, I have succeeded at some things. I do get out of bed in the morning most days, eventually. Like, I have home, I have food. I actually live quite a nice life, so maybe, I mean, I'm not a complete loser. I could be awesome. So then I think through those things, and I go through the thoughts, is it really true that? And when I think, is it really true, I can find, again, that wiggle room that says, maybe it's this way, it's both. So of course I'm not perfect. And of course I have bad days, I have failures, I have successes along the way. It goes back and forth. Life is 50-50. It happens. So it's not the all or nothing that my brain tells me it is. It's not like, you're a complete loser, you're a fake, stop trying because you just need to stay safe in the cave. Sometimes I do good things, and I am awesome. And my other big thought is, well, other people will be disappointed in me. So again, so what? So what if other people are disappointed in me? Like, that's their feelings and their thoughts. And then underlying that is, whenever we have judgments of other people, it's always because we're something we're thinking ourselves over. I think other people will be disappointed in me. Really, I'm thinking I'll be disappointed in me. So again, like we talked about earlier, it just comes back to that like disappointment loop. Again, that's just so strong in those of us that have been socialized as women. We just don't want to disappoint ourselves. We don't want to disappoint other people because disappointment is just such a strong emotion. And that's where I think kind of the work I need to do is that, am I really disappointing myself? Where is it all coming out? And I know this just got a little bit waffly because I actually went a little bit somewhere different than I did some journaling earlier, and we've just gone to a whole different place. So I kind of went through, I feel worried. And then I was like, well, if I feel worried, then because I'm not good enough and I'll never succeed, then I just kind of spin in self-doubt. I don't stick with things. I'm all over the place. And I hold myself back from being like truly awesome when I'm worried about stuff. Oh, but disappointment is stronger. So when I feel disappointed, I try to hide. So I'm going to work this through live. So when I feel disappointed, or that I'm going to disappoint myself, so when I think I'm going to disappoint myself, I'm going to disappoint other people, I feel, disappointed. It's kind of like feeling disappointed ahead of time. So I haven't actually done all the horrible things, become the loser I think I am. And then I feel disappointed ahead of time just to keep me safe from being disappointed in the future. I'll disappoint myself now. So then I don't try as hard as I could. I hide, I hold myself back. I don't be my true self. And as a result, I keep myself disappointed ahead of time. So it's because of my thoughts that I'm a disappointment, that I make that actually come true. Because in my head, I already think I'm a disappointment. And that's the things I need to kind of like wiggle out and worry on. And it's like, well, so what if people think I'm a fake? Wouldn't it be better to be and to think that I'm awesome and I'm fabulous. And to live my life from that place of being awesome and fabulous and thinking I'm successful and thinking I'm worthy and good enough. Like, what's the downside to thinking that other than other people will think I'm a fake? Because if I'm living from that, like, energy of awesomeness, like, things are happy and bright. Whereas if I'm living from that place of, like, better keep myself from being disappointed, I'll keep myself small, I won't tell people I'm awesome, I'll pretend I'm not awesome, I'll hold myself back. Everything feels so much smaller, and the world feels smaller, and there's less opportunities, and I'm hiding, and I'm not really being my true self. So even if my true self is somewhere in between there, being completely awesome and fabulous and perfect, and being like a complete total loser, like, I'm somewhere in between there. But I'm moving towards the fabulous spectrum, and I might as well tell myself I'm fabulous, because the results I'm going to get and the actions I'm going to take from thinking I'm fabulous are more aligned to what I really want for my future than thinking I'm not good enough and I'm not going to get there. So, honestly, I'm not a fake. I am fabulous. And I'm not just pretending to be fabulous, because I do awesome things. I'm not perfect. I mess up sometimes. There are some places I'm not fabulous. But most of the time, I'm fabulous, and I'm working towards becoming even more fabulous. And that's the way I want to live my life. That is the choice I get to make. That's the choice all of us get to make. We get to choose who we are and who we are becoming. Awesome. Thank you for listening to me work through that. If you've enjoyed that, give me a like, give me a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you again tomorrow.